I indeed spark noted it when it was assigned in my English 1 honors class, okay? I am in need of a love song after the Tortured Poets department. It is called Wood. It is going to be the glitteriest gel pen song of glitter gel pen songs. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be going through the entire track list of Taylor's new album, The Life of a Showgirl, and ranking her entire track list without even hearing any of the songs yet. I did the same thing for the Tortured Poets department before it came out, and that video is so hilarious to look back on because obviously I was ranking these tracks without having any knowledge of what they were going to sound like or what they were going to be about. So it's so funny to look back on my rankings before I actually heard the songs, like what songs I claimed, which ones I thought were going to be the best, which ones I thought I wasn't gonna vibe with, and then ranking them again after I obviously hear and sit with the album. So that is what we are going to be doing today. And for the occasion, I also found the one article of clothing that I own that is orange, and obviously we are wearing that today. If you are new, hi, my name is Alexis. I am a longtime Swiftie. So if you love Swiftie content and want to join our little Swiftie online family, please hit the subscribe button down below. And if you want to follow me on any of my other social media platforms, I will have them listed on the screen and down below as well. However, before we jump into the track list, oh, hello? I want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is BetterHelp. If you are not familiar, BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that makes starting therapy easier and a lot more accessible. I actually used BetterHelp in 2022 when I was struggling a lot with my anxiety. I was having very, very frequent panic attacks back then. So finding a therapist on BetterHelp that understood and was able to help me was super important. BetterHelp lets you have therapy sessions as a phone call, video chat, or even messaging, whatever is the most comfortable form of therapy for you. BetterHelp also has over 30,000 therapists that they can match you with. And if you don't vibe with your assigned therapist, you can switch therapists with a click of a button in your settings at no additional cost. In most cases, you're assigned with a therapist in the first 48 hours. Then you are ready to schedule your first therapy appointment at whatever time is convenient for you. You can join over the 4 million people who use BetterHelp to start living a happier and healthier life. You can click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/alecksis. Clicking that link obviously helps this channel a lot, but it also gives you 10% off your first month with BetterHelp, so you can connect with a therapist and see if it works for you. I will have the link at the top of the description and on the screen. So huge thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this portion of the video. All right, without further ado, let's get into ranking the entirety of The Life of a Showgirl. So if you are new to my ranking videos, I actually use a website called Tier Maker. The tier that I am using right now was actually a pre-made tier with all of the track list already loaded in there. So I will have the link to this exact tier down in the description box, just in case you want to rank them along with me. But I went ahead and made unique names for each of our tiers, so let's go through that. So starting off with the very top tier, we have Claim. This is going to be reserved for the one song that I am claiming on this album. I do this with every album and I think it's really fun just to pick which song you think you're gonna connect with the most. Usually it's different from your actual favorite song after you listen to the album. I think for Tortured Poets, I chose The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived as my claimed song. I do have great taste, I might say. But my all-time favorite song on that album is probably The Black Dog. So it's always very different from what we think, but it's very fun to just pick one song that you are gravitating towards, then see how it differs from when the album actually comes out. The tier right under that is This Will Ruin Me. This tier is reserved for the songs that I know will hit different. Just like the name says, these songs will indeed ruin me, okay? The tier right under is Certified Bop. These are the ones that I am anticipating to be pop bangers. Obviously, we know who the producers are on this entire album, so I will assume that a lot of these songs will be in this tier, just because Taylor warned us that there's gonna be a lot of bops on this album, okay? And the tier right underneath that one is called I Need a Dictionary. It wouldn't be a Taylor Swift album if we didn't need a dictionary at some point along the way. There's already a couple songs on this track list that I indeed had to look up the names because I'm not as intelligent as Miss Taylor Swift. So this tier is reserved for those songs that I indeed needed to look up. And the very last tier is called Very Unsure About This. These are for songs that I really don't know what direction it's going to take me. Usually I would argue that based off of the title of the song, you can kind of gauge what the song is going to be about, what vibe it's gonna bring, but Taylor is full of surprises, okay? Some of her song titles, I really don't know which way she's gonna take me, what path she's going to lead me on, and so this tier is reserved for those songs. songs. All right, let's start with track 1 on the album, which is called The Fate of Ophelia. Okay, listen, if I were to read this song title without having the context that Taylor provided me in the New Heights podcast, obviously she explained that it was from Hamlet. Ophelia is a character or person in Hamlet. Listen, I warned you guys in my last video, I did not read that book. Or was it a play? I don't know. I still don't know. I indeed spark noted it when it was assigned in my English 1 honors class, okay? If it wasn't for Taylor providing me that context, I would indeed have had to look up who Ophelia was. So I am going to put this one in the I need a dictionary tier, just because I indeed did really need a dictionary. And I read a little bit of the spark notes from Hamlet so I could get more context. All right, moving on to track 2, we have Elizabeth Taylor. I honestly am so excited to see what this song is about. It's giving very Clara Bow vibes. It's giving very The Lucky One vibes. I am so excited to see what kind of parallels she draws from her life or whatever perspective she's taking in this song to the life of Elizabeth Taylor, who obviously had a lot of commentary on her. She was a huge Hollywood star. This is just going to be very, very interesting to see where Taylor leads us with this song and what kind of parallel she draws from Elizabeth Taylor. I think I'm going to put this in the This Will Ruin Me tier just because I am so excited for this song. It is definitely one of the songs that I am most eager to hear. I just love when Taylor draws inspiration from like old Hollywood time. I just love the vibe of old Hollywood. I love the commentary that Taylor provides on that kind of lifestyle and starlit kind of perspective. And obviously I think based on the imagery and this album being called The Life of a Showgirl, I think this song will provide us a lot of imagery and storyline to tie back to like the album as a whole. So very, very excited about that one. All right, next one we have is Opalite. I'm not going to lie to you. This is also one that I indeed had to look up. When she read off the track list, I went straight to Google and I looked up what Opalite meant. And let me provide you with the definition now. Okay, there's a couple different definitions. Okay, I'm getting a different definition than I got the day that I actually looked this up. The day that we got the track list, I looked up what opalite meant, and it meant something along the lines of like a color that is so milky white that it looks opal, but that is different from the definition I am seeing now. An opalite crystal is often used as a focal stone for manifesting success, which is crazy, very showgirl-esque. And then I'm also seeing other definitions that it represents clarity, emotional healing, transformation, and communication. It's also a man-made glass. It's not a natural gemstone, but a synthetic material created from opalescent glass, plastic, or resin. Okay. So obviously, that being said, opalite is going into the I need a dictionary tier. During when New Heights podcast was airing, I picked up the fact that Taylor was mentioning that Travis's birthstone is opal. And I kind of tied that back to this track title and kind of made the assumption that maybe this track title would be like an ode to him or like obviously about him. But now reading those definitions, I'm not really sure what to expect with this track. It could really go one of two ways. Is this about Travis? Is it not? Is it about the success of the Eras Tour? Is it about, you know, the success of a showgirl and what they are kind of projected to have in realms of like success? I have no idea, but I'm going to keep her in the I need a dictionary tier because obviously I just had to look that up for a second time. All right, next one we have is father figure. This one I'm kind of stuck between two tiers on, okay? I am stuck between the This Will Ruin Me tier and the certified bop. Because in my deep dive video that I posted last week, I made the assumption that maybe father figure is about Taylor taking that role as a father figure. Very like the man vibes. Because a lot of people on TikTok and like on social media are talking about like maybe father figure obviously is about missing a father figure or the lack of having a father figure. How sick would it be if Taylor pulled like the man card and was like calling herself a father figure because of how iconic she is? I don't know. I am very, very excited for this track. This was one of the tracks that I was very much anticipating the most. So I am going to go ahead and put it in the This Will Ruin Me, because whether it is about having a lack of a father figure or being the father figure, either way, it's going to ruin me. I am so excited for this track. All right, next one, we have track track 5, which is called Eldest Daughter. Ugh. As an eldest daughter myself, I do fear that this will ruin me, rip me to pieces, and destroy me as a human. And I am so sat for it. This one is going straight into the this will ruin me tier. I think this is the most excited I have been for a track 5 in a while. I am just so excited for what she has to say in this song. All right, the next track we have is called Ruin the Friendship. I am really excited to see what she has to say in this. A lot of people are speculating that this could possibly be like an actual like friendship, like a female friendship that she had that is no longer, or it could be like ruining the friendship of a potential partner getting into a relationship with them. Obviously, you are ruining the friendship in that sense. So I don't know what path she is going to take us down with this song, but either way, I am thinking that it is going to be a certified bop. So we are going to put Ruin the Friendship in the certified bop tier. I just know that that is going to be some girl's anthem, okay? Okay, next track we have is Actually Romantic. I am so excited for this one. I can already tell that this is going to be so romantic and love-based. And listen, I am in need of a love song after the Torture Poets department, okay? I need one for my own sanity, you know? I kind of want to put this in the This Will Ruin Me, but like in the best way possible. It's not gonna like ruin me like eldest daughter or like father figure, but it's going to ruin me in the sense of like, that's exactly what I need, you know? So I'm going to put her straight into the This Will Ruin Me tier. Next one on the chopping block, we have Wish List, and Taylor made a point to point out that the S's are dollar signs in this track title. Some people, okay, again, so many speculations, but some people are theorizing that this song could possibly be about her buying back her masters, because in the New Heights podcast, when she was talking about this track list earlier in the podcast, she mentioned obviously that she bought back her masters and she had been saving for her masters since she was a teenager, which is crazy. And just the fact that she pointed that out, obviously that is one of the big things that she has mentioned that has had to do with money, and her pointing out the dollar signs in the track title kind of just make me lean back to the buying of the masters. So that would be so cool. I think it would be such a boss girl track if that was about, you know, buying back her masters. So I'm going to put her in the certified bop, because either way, having dollar signs in your track title, it's not gonna be a sad song, you know? It is going to be the glitteriest gel pen song of glitter gel pen songs. And I'm so excited for that. Also, don't take a drink every single time I say excited. I'm now just catching on to how much I'm saying I'm excited, but I indeed am very excited. All right, next track we have is called Wood. I don't know if this is for everybody, but I am so confused with this title. It's just very like, just, you know, one word in your face, just wood. I don't know. I don't know what this song could be. I really have no guesses. Are we talking about like the material, like wood, like actual wood? I don't know. I don't know. I am going to put this track in the very unsure about this tier, and I will not lie to you. When I was making the very last tier and I called it very unsure about this, I did write that with inspiration of Wood, because I really didn't know where to put this song. Anyway, she's going to sit really pretty in that tier, and I think this will be a very exciting point in the video to visit back on when The Life of a Showgirl is actually out and with us, and after I've heard this song. We will revisit this in October. All right, next song we have is Canceled. When I saw this track list, I knew that this song was going to be mine to claim. I know. I knew it right when I saw it. So I am going to put her right straight into the very top tier, and that is going to be my one song that I am claiming going into The Life of a Showgirl. I do think it is going to be a certified bop. I also do think that it will ruin me in the best way possible. I also think that it is just such a great piece of commentary to have, especially with obviously the era we are living in with social media. And if you do take the leap to post about anything on social media, about your life, about your interests, about your hobbies, whatever it may be, you are subject to criticism. And unfortunately, I think we have gotten to the point in society on social media that people are very quick to gang up on others. And I think that my cat is clawing her tree right now. Ivy! I'm trying to give a motivational talk. Ignore that, she's enjoying herself. And I do think this song might address that like cancel culture kind of vibe that we are in right now, or it may be completely different. I am just so excited for this song, and I think it is just going to match like the Showgirl storyline very, very well. All right, next song we have is Honey. I always forget that this song is a part of the track list. I don't know why, but when I was reading the track list and like sitting with it for a couple weeks now, I always forget that there's a song called Honey. That song could really go anywhere. I'm not really sure what kind of commentary she will be making, if it's like somebody like calling somebody honey, or if it's honey the edible item, I don't know. But I'm really unsure about this one, so I am going to put that in the bottom tier right next to Wood. I just realized that the very bottom tier is tracks that only have one word in the track title. It might just be that we're not given very much context about these track titles. Obviously that context will be when we actually listen to the song and hear in full what the song is about with the lyrics, but I'm going to keep Honey in that last tier, not because I think it's going to be a bad song by any means, but just because I don't really have much context about honey. Like, are we calling something honey? Are we eating honey? Are we talking about Winnie the Pooh? I don't know, you know? The world is her oyster, we have no idea. And the very last track we have is called The Life of a Showgirl featuring Sabrina Carpenter. I am so excited for this song. I think this song is the most anticipated song on the track list by far, obviously because it features Sabrina. I think there is no other tier for this song other than Certified Bop, especially because it has Sabrina on it. I think this song is going to be the perfect bop title track. A lot of people are thinking that because of how much hype is around this song, obviously it's a big song. It has Taylor and Sabrina on it. A lot of people are saying that it's gonna let us down, like we have high expectations of it, blah, blah, blah. I think it is so important to be excited for the songs that you are excited about, but not place too much expectation on it. Obviously, we haven't heard it yet, but we know Taylor and she would not make it not a bop having her and Sabrina on it, you know? I trust Taylor and her artistic ability, and I know that having her and Sabrina on a song together is going to be insane. So she is going straight to Certified Bop for sure. All right, this is our final track list ranking for The Life of a Showgirl. I am so excited to see how our ranking looks come October, but I will say I am so excited to see what song I end up loving the most after hearing the album. Will it be canceled? Will it be another song? Who knows? Maybe it will be Wood. Who knows? Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and ranking The Life of a Showgirl track list. Please let me know what song you are claiming. What is your one song that you would put in the claiming tier? Let me know down below because I'm so curious of what everyone's favorites are right now and then what they end up being in October. Also, if you are not already, please subscribe to be part of our little Swiftie online family, and let me know down below what kind of videos you guys would like to see leading up to The Life of a Showgirl. I have so many ideas and all I want to do is talk about this album 24/7, so a lot more videos are in the future for sure. But again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys have the best day ever, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!